I come aware of this a long time ago, probably about a year ago now, but like, if you do your research on like nanotech and the hive mind assimilation type stuff in that, like, I'm telling you, a lot of the pain that you may have been feeling, or a lot of the pain that I've been feeling in my past, I think, is I come to realise that it's like literally, there's like the sovereign self versus the hive mind assimilated self. And the pain I was feeling is like, basically like, the government are trying to like assimilate you into like a motherboard, where like you're literally getting pulled into like a physical hive mind of like, I ain't got time to explain it all right now, to be honest, but like, it's basically like, there's like a cultural program that you're indoctrinated into from the get-go, and you're like peer pressured to like assimilate into the cultural conditioning, and like there's like these two opposing forces where like there's the sovereign self deep down, but it's getting buried by like the matrix hive mind assimilation, and there's like it's weird because like you're like tweaking out basically, where like physically you're getting assimilated into like a hive mind Borg. It's like there's two different forces in a way. It's like the sovereign self and then the assimilated self, and the culture and the hive mind is trying to like pull you into being assimilated into this like digital hive mind, and like a lot of the pain is the sovereignty trying to break free from the program, where like they're trying to force you into a fucking motherboard of like cultural conditioning or social engineering. They're trying to make it so your behavior is completely predictable. They're like trying to hijack you completely, basically, and you likely have been hijacked in the past, or you still are, because these weapons are everywhere. It's just like, I used to be completely assimilated into the hive mind cultural program, and over time I've like unplugged myself or disassimilated from the hive mind. I've still got a lot of work to do, but there's like actually like a lot of pain in a way to realize that, where it's like when you realize like the depth of the assimilation, it's like you basically die, like you lose yourself because you become a cog in a machine, basically. Yeah, that's what it is. Like you become a cog in a machine for a system that is like way beyond you. Like you become like one fucking little like data point in the clockwork, and to detach from the motherboard clockwork is painful. I'll have to go into it in a lot more depth in the future. I can't do it justice right now. I ain't really got time, but like what I mean partly is like there's a certain point where you become aware that you are assimilated into a holon beyond yourself. And a holon is kind of like, you know how all of your organs work together to create a whole? That's what a holon is. It's like the individual parts make up a bigger system, and the totality of that system is a holon. So you are like an organ in the holon of the body. You are a cog in a machine for the holon of the motherboard digital hive mind, basically. And there's a certain point where like you can recognize that you have no sovereignty and that you are completely assimilated into a cultural program. It can be a gradual process, it comes in waves and ebbs and flows, but like what I'm trying to communicate is like a lot of the pain and like depression and stuff I feel like I've felt throughout a lot of my life is actually, I didn't know what was happening, but it's basically, what it is like, naturally, your intuition and your biology knows, in a way, especially because the hive mind cybernetic system is toxic. We know that the digital EMFs are quite toxic to biology and stuff. Basically, like, the depression is your whole intuition sounding an alarm, where, like, I was working like a wage slave subway job when I was like 16 years old, and didn't know it, but I was getting gang stalked by unconscious gang stalkers because they were programmed by propaganda. So I'm literally like, I'm an entity, yeah, and I'm in the middle of I'm an entity, yeah, and I'm in the middle of a hive mind, and like this was during the COVID stuff, yeah, so I'm getting gang stalked. I don't even know that I'm being gang stalked because I'm a gang stalker myself, because I've been programmed by the TV to go about enforcing beliefs that I've been installed with, and that is what a lot of the gang stalking is. Like, a lot of it, like, you can accuse someone of being an agent, yeah, and but they're not even aware that they're an agent, you see, because they are being culturally conditioned to be this way, and they actually think that that's them, but they don't realize that they've been completely assimilated, you see. And basically, like, when I'm in the middle of this AI hive mind that's about to release this injection to assimilate me even further, etc., I get hit with a major, like, depression, and like the pain, I can't communicate the pain that I was feeling when I was working these wage slave jobs. But basically, over time, I realise, I've come to learn that, like, when I'm working in these jobs, yeah, I'm telling you, my whole body is screaming at me to get the fuck out of there, right? And like, this just manifested in like depression. I didn't really know what was wrong with me. Over time, especially because I got this one warehouse job where I'm in a grid and I'm scanning barcodes with a Wi-Fi scanner, and like, I'm literally scanning, putting matrix CDs away in a pick and pack warehouse for hours and hours, yeah, and my body starts screaming at me, like, literally, like it literally feels like I'm being fucking extracted, like, my energy, yeah, like, it literally feels like, I can't communicate it. I made a video ages ago called, it was literally called Unbearable Suffering Report. I was just at this warehouse job, and like, it literally felt like I was being like no touch tortured, they call it. It's like I felt like I was getting zapped. Where it's like my whole body is screaming at me with this immense intuition to get the fuck out of this warehouse, yeah. And I'm in there for like every day for like 8-9 hours a day, yeah, scanning barcodes in this grid, yeah. And everyone around me is drinking fucking energy drinks for breakfast and shit, and it's like I'm just getting gang stalked by these fucking programs, yeah, and they don't even know that, yeah. And like, basically what I realise is that pain of my body screaming at me to get the fuck out of there is my intuition is aware, my subconscious is more aware than I was at the time, but I slowly come to recognise it, that basically I'm getting assimilated in real time. Fucking scanning barcodes in a fucking grid, bro. You fucking taking a piss, bro. Fucking all the stuff I was putting away is just matrix fucking neurolinguistic programming CDs anyway. Like, it's all fucking matrix business, yeah. But I'm telling you, that alarm of the depression, that's exactly what it is. The depression was actually a signal for me to listen to, and it took me years and years. And what it was is like, the depression and that pain really saved my life once I learned to listen to it, because I would go to that environment and it's got LEDs, cameras everywhere, grids of Wi-Fi, barcodes and shit, and like, when I'm in that place, I lose my sovereignty and I get assimilated into a hive mind of a digital motherboard. I'm not designed to be scanning barcodes for 8 hours a day, yeah, for minimum wage, bro. A fucking 9 to 5 scam of artificial scarcity, yeah. So the reason why my intuition is on fire, telling me to get the fuck out of that warehouse, is because that I slowly learned to listen and to question what this alarm is. I couldn't ignore the pain I was feeling. Like, I'm telling you, I'm trying to do my job, yeah. I literally feel like I need to get the fuck out of there. I've had this with so many jobs, yeah. I end up like fucking curling over on my desk, fucking, and like I'm literally energetically going like, fucking leaning over, like literally feels like I'm getting my soul sucked out of my body, yeah. And I'm just working a warehouse job. Exactly. It's not just a warehouse job, nah, bro. I'm literally, that is exactly where they want me. They don't want me in there because I need to work so I can afford to live. Nah, they want me in there because that's exactly where they want me, so that I can get fucking filled with nanotechnology and fucking literally put into your fucking singularity digital hive mind AI hijack, bro. But guess what? I've disassimilated from the fucking motherboard, bro, and I've reclaimed my sovereignty, and now all of a sudden I can see this motherboard from the outside, bro. And this is exactly how I know that what I'm talking about is facts, because when I was inside, when I was assimilated into the AI motherboard hive mind, yeah, of cultural programming and peer pressure, gang stalking, yeah, I didn't know I was inside it. I was unconsciously inside it, yeah? And then my whole intuition gets uprooted and all of my nervous system starts screaming at me. So I start questioning everything, because the depression makes me question everything, because the pain is making me question everything. That's why it was there. It was like literally like the pain made me dig deeper, because if I was content, I wouldn't have questioned my circumstance, you see. So my whole system made me discontent to get me thinking and deconstructing, and then I realised slowly that I'm trying to be forced into this fucking motherboard of being a cog in a machine for the culture. And that's exactly what they want. It's like they're exploiting everyone, they're extracting your energy, they're making you work for nothing so they can use you as a battery for their means, bro. Trust me. They're trying to turn you into a cog in their machine for their profit. They're trying to use you as a hinge and a linchpin for their creation, for their benefit, for their selfish gain, yeah. They're trying to turn you into a cog in their machine to do their dirty work, yeah. So they're trying to get you inside their system so that you move their stuff around while they drip feed you peanuts, bro. And you lose your sovereignty and you get assimilated into somebody else's machine. You turn into a slave for wealth extraction. They're pulling your energy out of you, making you fucking run around in a fucking warehouse for 9 hours a day, giving you minimum wage, bro. They're using you for their gain. Don't you see how you're being? They exploit ignorance, bro. This culture spawn camps you, bro. They exploit ignorance for profit. My phone's dying. I'll talk about this more in the future, but yeah. So what I was saying is, how I know that this is facts is when I was assimilated into the hive mind Borg, I didn't know. When I disassimilated, or I woke up and I listened to my screaming intuition, and I started like questioning everything, yeah. Now I can see the motherboard hive mind from the outside. When I was inside it, I didn't know I was inside it. But now I've woke up and I've deconstructed, and now all of a sudden I see the clockwork moving. It's spinning around like a clock, and I'm stood outside of it now. I'm not a cog in the machine, I'm watching the cogs in the machine. And those are known as NPCs. This is literally... Well, fuck knows. You get what I'm saying anyway. I think I summed it up. But like, I didn't even mean to speak about this originally when I started this. I was going to say, basically, the name Disassimilator, there's fucking loads. And I'm like, basically what I was going to say originally is I'm going to have to start writing down lists of all sorts of different meanings to the name Disassimilator. I think I actually forgot the original one that I turned the camera on for just now. which is exactly why I'm trying to solidify this stuff, because I forget half of my insights and my ideas. But yeah, there's loads of different ways that you can interpret the name Disassimilator. Yeah, I think one way I was thinking of it is, yeah, it's almost like sovereignty. To disassimilate from being a slave to any authority. So, to disassimilate would to become sovereign. But there's so many different ways you can interpret that name, honestly, like, on so many different levels. And sometimes I'm like on the fence about it, like, or I was like, am I sure that's the name I want to go with? Because yeah, I've been trying to think of a new name for ages. This has been a long time coming. I'm excited I finally thought of one that I'm going to keep. I thought of fucking loads. So there was Oxen, there's Psilosymbiosis, Psychodones, well, fuck knows, I can't even remember half of them right now, but it don't really matter. But yeah, like, so basically, I diluted my original name, Oxen, over time, and when I'd done that, and it kind of dovetails with what I was saying about how I choose the names on purpose to go to the top of the search results, but so the Oxen if you search Oxen, I'm the only person who appears, because it's a very particular, rare spelling that I chose on purpose because nobody else claimed it to get me to the top of the searches, and that's great. But see, over time, I've diluted this name by shit posting loads of spam stuff, right? So I've kind of diluted that now. With I done hashtag Oxen loads as well, like, and I diluted my own hashtag. You see, where like I'm not really proud of the content that is tied to that name anymore. I want to create more polished stuff. So the way that I'm going about it is, yeah, it's been a long time coming where like, I acknowledge that I diluted my name Oxen, so I don't really want to be associated with the name Oxen that much moving forward, because I'm evolving and maturing and learning, and yeah, I'm just not really a big fan of my old self. I'm trying to become somebody new. So I'm trying to detach myself from my past, kind of, and like create a new identity and a new brand and that. And that was evident to me that I would have to do that eventually, because I'd watered down Oxen so much where like I don't really want to tie my reputation to that, because I was going through a lot of shit. Like I said, I was dealing with a lot of mental health troubles and that, and like I feel like I'm getting stronger. I'm overcoming a lot of those obstacles. So as I step into a reborn version of myself, I would also like to step into a new name, a new brand. And that's the thing, you see. So like hashtag Disassimilator, if you go on that, the way that I'm going to do it, or not even just hashtag, but like when you search that, it's going to be the most quality controlled of like my life's work. I'm telling you, this has been an important thing that's really helped me recently, is becoming conscious of like when you say your life purpose, yeah, or part of your life purpose will be your life's work. You know, like academic types like Jordan Peterson and that, like their life's work, you know, think about, they've literally put their entire life into their body of work, publishing books, podcasts, videos, all sorts. And it's like, what is your life's work? That's a powerful concept, you know what I mean? To actually be devoted to crafting a particular thing, basically, or a particular brand. And honing in on that has really helped me understand my life purpose and the direction that I want to like hone my energy into. Well, yeah, and what other... So what I'm saying is...
I realized that there is so much towards sovereignty and sovereign consciousness and detaching oneself from artificial intelligence or AI consciousness and the Hive mentality. The divine spirit and the divine spark is able to cultivate awareness and craft and create his or her own reality by manifesting, by thinking and seeing what it is you want to create, and then by ignoring the programs that are designed to divest you from this higher level of awareness.